My name is Sammy. I am a 17-year-old high school student. I was privileged enough to be born in a family with no problems, financial or otherwise. I never felt the need to earn any money until the age of 17. You see, all my friends had one part-time job or another, and they used the money they earned to buy stuff for themselves and learn a thing or two about work ethics. So because of some peer pressure and the fact that I had not had one job till now, I started searching for a job. I wanted a job with a decent pay, just so that I could earn a respectable income and spend money on some games without having to pester my dad every month or so. I stumbled upon a job offer on Craigslist. It read, "Position open for a night security guard at name omitted, private zoo. Earn $150 a night, work 6 hours a day, 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. The person applying should be 20 or younger for reasons that will be specified. We'll have to sign a NDA, non-disclosure agreement, number omitted." The ad was run by some millionaire to find a guard for his private zoo, or whatever the place he kept his exotic animals he called. I called up the number given on AD. A male voice answered the call. He introduced himself as Gordon. He interviewed me over the phone but asked some weird questions. Are you frightened by loud sounds? What is your height? What is your age? Can you follow instructions and rules to the T? After answering all the questions honestly, he told me that I was hired. I asked him why he was asking all these questions, but he said, "You will know when you reach the site." He asked me to fill out an online form, which I did. The form asked for the applicant's address, full name, phone number, and other such information. Obviously, I was suspicious, so I asked him more about the zoo, but wouldn't talk about it. I finally told him I was not willing to work at a shady place and started looking for other jobs, but found none of them appealing. I contemplated about taking that job at the zoo till 2 a.m. But then eventually went to sleep. I woke up groggily to find that I was not in my house, but was in an unfamiliar room. There was a watch on my wrist, which displayed the time, my heart rate, and my lifeline. I got out of the bed and looked around the room. Everything was white. The bed, the closet next to the bed, the door, all the walls, the rug, the table, and the chair. I opened the door, which was already unlocked, to see a long road with cages on both sides. I left the room to see a giant tiger-like creature in one of the cages. It was giant, approximately 15 to 20 feet in length and at least 6 to 7 feet tall, and was a light green color. It let out a loud, ground-shaking roar when it saw Nee approach the cage. Prototype 1 Maxis. Maxis is a genetically mutated Bengal tiger, one of millionaire's name omitted's favorite pets. It has a deafening roar and the body strength 6 times more than that of its original counterpart. It is 17 feet from snout to tail and is 4 to 5 times heavier. Before I could even read its description, it let out another roar. But this time the roar was so loud that my ears started hurting, and I ran back inside the room in which I woke up in. I noticed a piece of paper kept on the table, with a set of what appeared to be headphones. I picked up the piece of paper. It read, "Hey, new employee. First, let me clear up any confusions. Yes, you will get paid. And no, we are not trapping you in here forever. You'll just be brought here every day between 12 a.m. and 6 a.m. And a shape-shifting entity will take your place for that time. And there is no point in going anywhere. Don't go to the cops. Don't tell this to your parents because, frankly, no one will believe you. Just follow a list of rules to survive and prevent any creature from escaping." Rule 1. Wear the headphones at all times. They will cancel out all the deafening noises and sounds. Conduct a check if all the 12 creatures at least every 1 hour. Failing to do this will automatically cause all the cages to open, so don't say you hadn't been warned. Rule 2. While conducting round, if Prototype 10 Stygian starts screaming and bashing up the cage, run inside your room, lock it from inside, and open all the lights. It will only be able to harm you in dimly lit or dark environments. Rule 3. If you see another person walking inside the zoo, shoot him. There is a pistol in the drawer beside your bed. This was not mentioned earlier because it is futile against every single entity present here, except this one. Failing to kill him within 2 minutes of seeing him will cause your whole body to seize up and paralyze. You will feel every stroke of the knife. He will first skin you alive, then pour acid over your body before chopping your body parts and eating them. He will keep you alive as long as he can. You'll be helpless and will have to watch the whole ordeal with your own eyes. Rule 4. If the alarms start going off, it means a prototype entity has escaped. If this happens, open Prototype 1's Max's cage using the button in your room, under your bed, and he will take care of the rest. To get Maxis back inside his cage, take the barrel kept inside your closet and throw it in his enclosure. He will run inside to find the source of the smell of beef. Then press the button under your bed once again to seal his enclosure. Rule 5. If Maxis loses the battle between him and any other prototype, shoot yourself. Maxis is your only friend in this private zoo, and they are especially hostile towards humans. Rule 6. The advantage of being younger than 20 is the fact that they will be easy on you if they get their hands on you. It is seen in every prototype's behavior that they are more sadistic and aggressive towards older people. Rule 7. If while conducting your round you see Prototype 5's magenta gills turn blue instead of their usual red color, and she looks in your eyes, look away as fast as you can and put the headphones on. She is going to sing a song which will cause you to be enchanted and help her out of that cage, where she will devour you and let loose all the other prototypes. She is the most cunning and witty one. Rule 8. Do not go to sleep during your shift, or you'll wake up in one of the cages with any one of the prototypes. Just hope you end up in a cage with the comparatively harmless ones like Prototype 1, Maxis the giant tiger, or Prototype 11, Talon, the bipedal wolf-like creature that can fly. They will give you a death marginally less gruesome. Rule 9. The other prototypes will not give you major problems, but if you smell a foul stench, like that of garbage or decaying fish, follow it. Enter the cage of the prototype from where the odor is coming and look the entity straight in the eyes. All of them can sense fear, so no matter how much they try to charge at you, do not flinch. They will not hurt you if you aren't scared of them. Then exit the enclosure after the smell has ceased. Rule 10. Every morning at 6 a.m., you'll pass out and wake up in your bed with your $150 in your pocket. This will continue till you're 20, and after that we will leave you alone. As I finished reading the note, I sensed a foul scent coming from outside my room. I followed the scent. It led me straight to the enclosure of Prototype 8. I looked at its description. It read, Prototype 8, Grouch. Grouch, a black-colored bird of prey with a wingspan of 23 feet and 10 inches and a height of 7 feet and 6 inches. Its talons are 11 inches each. The sound of its deafening screech causes temporary paralysis. It cannot cause any physical damage to you if it's locked in its enclosure, but if it let out of its cage, it can cause changes in the climate around it. Then it can control the elements of fire and lighting. If you enter its cage, your best bet to survive is to look it straight in its eyes. But that would be hard because you will be paralyzed from neck down. The door of the cage was already unlocked. I entered it. The creature immediately noticed my presence. It looked evil, almost demonic. It has a gaint beak, big enough that it could swallow a rabbit whole. It started flapping its wings, that caused even the tallest and strongest trees started to sway. It was twice or thrice the intensity of a giant chopper landing. It looked at me, and what appeared to be an evil smile formed across its grotesque face. It let out a deafening screech, but luckily I had my headphones on. Still, I could his screech loud and clear. My legs started twitching, and I fell to the ground, with its eyes fixated on me. It started flying. It went all around the enclosure but never looked away from me. I could see shadowy figures in my peripheral vision, but something in me knew. It was just an attempt by the morbid creature to make me look away. After what felt like an eternity, it screeched once more and made a dive towards me. Now, in another case, I would obviously have flinched. But to this day, I thank my lucky stars that I was paralyzed and knew that, That bird couldn't harm me. After I did not flinch, the bird quickly lost interest, and the odor was now gone. I got up and literally ran out of the cage, closing the door behind me, which locked on its own. After this near-death experience, nothing major happened that night, except Prototype 5 Magenta's gills turning blue, during which I followed Rule 7. The next morning, I had a long talk with Gordon about what the fuck was happening. I promised him another heavily built teenager in exchange of me. But he didn't listen. I had recorded the entire call to use it as evidence against him, but when I checked my recordings, it was somehow not there. So here I am standing on the rooftop of an apartment. It is better to commit suicide than spend even a second more in that hellhole. I am using this as a log and as a warning for people to not accept jobs from shady websites. I know there are most people like me, working the other 3 6-hour shifts. They have my best wishes, and to the person who is going to take my place, I am sorry. Update. I survived the fall, but am permanently crippled now. And since the day I tried to end my life, I have not been teleported to that place. Maybe because I cannot provide any value to them, which I am very happy for. I just hope that people find this useful one day. Maybe one day. People will believe me, and the other victims will open up about their experiences.